Hello. What we're looking for here is to try to work on landing pages. So to create landing pages, we go to our testing, landing pages. What we're looking at landing pages as we create them is to try to figure out what is a good landing page to get individuals to accept our offer or to provide us their name. Well, just like in here, let me click on this one here, create a new page. We have our template created, and we may have a variety of different types. And so what we want to do is perhaps look at landing pages. And we want to look at the 3-column landing page. Pick whichever one you want. I'm going to just quickly go through the test and then go back and show you a demo as we go create that. So I'm just going to call this test landing page 2 and create it. The landing page is now created using that format. Now, there's a couple things that we want to look at as we look at the landing page. Test LP2. The first thing we want to look at is this create a test. So what we have the opportunity to do is to create 2 versions of this page and let the computer display which one to choose. And then we can pick the winner. So we can do it a couple different ways. One, we can take the existing 3-column layout which we have and change an asset. Like, for example, changing the image of the book. Or maybe we want to test what the text would look like. So we can test a variety of different things. You don't want to go wholesale changes, but try some different things to see which offer performs the best. So let's continue on. The content looks pretty much like sites. The difference here now is we have a form. And what we're saying is, should we show an inline thank you? An inline thank you would take and replace this form module with the words, thank you for submitting the form. Or do you want to direct them to another page? And that page could be almost anything. Obviously, we haven't created it, and we'd have to create it. So that's what we would want to accomplish. For the time being, let's just stick with the thank you form here. We have the opportunity to send the notifications, but outside of that, looks pretty similar. So we have the ability to make smart so that we can share different content to the different user types. Now that's different than personalization, and that's different than, as you know, A/B testing. A/B testing says this entire version, smart, personalized, etc., is 1, and the entire version, personalization, smart, etc., is 2. And we compare 1 to 2 to see which one performs better. As you remember, smart content says, let's take a look at various pieces. What country did they come from? What device are they looking at it on? How'd they get there? So for example, for referral sources, should I have different content if they came off of a Wayne property site as compared to maybe they came from MBA.com, or maybe they came from another school? Maybe I'm out recruiting at community colleges. Maybe I'm at Schoolcraft, and maybe I'm at Oakland Community College, maybe I'm at Henry Ford. Should I have different content for those students? And the answer probably is yes, I should. I know you're saying Wayne State can't do it, but that's beside the point. We should be able to do it because this is what most organizations will want. Well, what about life cycle stage? If you're a student, should I present something different to you than if you're a prospect, a parent, or an alumni? Maybe if you're alumni, what I want to do is show student projects. Maybe if you're a student, what I want to do is share with you the syllabus and when the course is offered. Totally different things. That's smart content. Personalization says name. Or perhaps I know something about you and I want to include that in the text. So we have the three different ways to ensure our content is unique and tailored to the individual. For a second here now, I want to go back to landing pages, and I'm going to delete the one we were working on. And I've started creating a social media offer book. As you might guess, it's based off of the three-column template we were just talking about. And let me back up. I went too fast. Start it again. Here's the landing page. We want to edit it. Before I edit it, I want to show you is that I can create the A/B test here as well as on the landing page. So I'm going to open it up and edit it and create it inside of. You don't have to, but I'm going to. So I want to edit it. And before I do that, what I want to do is to show you the image. So this is our landing page. And you can see what I've done is I've brought in the image on the left. Since we're doing the A/B testing, I want to, on content, create my A/B test. And I want to call it variation B. Call it whatever you want. This way I'll remember which one's which. So I create that. And you can see it's now highlighting that we're working on variation B. Everything else is the same. What I want to do is to go down to here and say, I wonder, what if I select a totally different image? Maybe what I should do is rather than have it turned one direction, is have it turn the other direction. And let's see what, oops, I messed up. And you can see how I messed up. I brought in too large. So I want to reduce that down to a manageable size. And there's definitely easier ways, but 247 sounds good. So all I want to do is I'm going to keep the content the same. Get your social media trends ebook. And you can obviously get your own cleaned up and work on that however you want. And then on the form, I'm just going to do a simple inline thank you. and I'll title it Get Your eBook. So we have that. Not at this time. At a future lecture, when we're talking about inbound technology, we're going to add it to a workflow. And the workflow says, I need to know, what should I do? They just downloaded this ebook. I now have their name. What's the process to stay in contact with them? The obvious first thing is 24 hours later, send them an email and say, thank you very much for downloading the social media ebook. I hope you enjoyed it. If you had problems downloading it, here's a direct link to it. And make sure that the second email or the first email, the second time they see this, they definitely have the book. So what you're doing is maybe they looked at it and downloaded it and forgot about it. You're giving them a second chance to look at the ebook. That's one of the things you can do inside of the workflow. Then maybe a week later you want to send them a note that says, if you have any questions on that, here's a webinar. If they don't respond, say, send them an email that says, thank you very much for downloading. I'm not going to bug you anymore. But if they want your webinar, start them on a different path. So the idea here is not to do one thing without considering all of the options. And that's what a workflow is all about. Or you could do something as simple as send up a follow-up email. But we haven't done the emails yet, so we really can't do that. We know we want to come back and fix that, but we really can't because we haven't done email yet. So with that, we've built our variation B. It has the same type of options, and we should fill in the meta description. We can style it in the embedded type fashion, and then we can go through and publish it. So let's go back, save, publish. So we now have our e-book. And what we want to do notice we now have in the left-hand column performance and variations. Variations is telling me I have two. So we've got the views, we've got our variations. Let's just preview this one. All right. So we have, and we'll let the computer determine which one and when to publish it, but it will choose which one to be the winner. So we've now built our landing page. The unique thing about this landing page is we created A/B testing. So in addition to smart, in addition to personalized, we've done A/B testing. With that, we've created our landing page. What we want to start to move on then is to look at our email. That's our next step. So we're trying to put all of the pieces together so that you can see landing pages, website, and email, and then how everything will integrate together. Thank you very much for watching.